Alright guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to never fail prop firms. That sounds like, sounds like a lie, but bear with me. In this video, we're going to talk about the certain things that you need to be aware of. You don't need to know them in their fullness, but you need to be aware that these things can actually impact your trading. And, by being aware of these things, you will be able to not fail another challenge. Hopefully. So by the end of this video, you should, have some extra knowledge. So first off, the things that you should be aware of. And the first thing is you, right? You need to be aware of yourself and how you trade. You need to be aware of your strategy, your method, whatever it is you call it, right? If you trade by counting stars, if you trade by zodiac signs, it doesn't really matter. You just need to be aware of how those, how your trading works and how it aligns with your prop firm, if they allow it or not, right? And you probably don't want to be trading with a prop firm that, tries to tell you how to trade. Number two, prop firms. You need to be aware of prop firms and their rules, right? You can't choose to trade with people and not know what they want and what they don't want, right? There's a few things that prop firms have in place that are good, and there's some that are not good. I don't really think there's any that are good, except for, the added advantage of not having to use your own money. But anyway, the first thing is consistency rules, right? We all know, we've all had our experience of, I haven't had the experience because I always read the rules most of the time, right? We're gonna get there. So you've probably had the experience of trading with a prop firm that had consistency rules, but you didn't exactly know what that meant, right? Basically, they just tell you that, you can make money, but you can't make this much money unless you've made more money. It doesn't really make sense. Basically, they're just trying to keep you from making money, and it's a pretty useless way of, it's not too bad of a rule, but you just need to be aware that it's there. It's not too bad. Some people like it, some people don't. I personally don't, right? And I wouldn't think you would either. So it's good to be aware if your company or if the prop firm you trade with has consistency rules, and how to sidestep it, or how to actually, be consistent in the way they define it, because their definition is pretty shit. I'm not gonna go into all of that, but the next thing to take note of is their payout rules, right? Some companies offer payouts, right? Some companies offer payouts in 7 days. Some offer payouts in 30 days, right? And some offer payouts the same day. Some of them, they have the option to include consistency rules when you have maybe a 14-day payout, or if you choose, like instant payouts or something, they have variations, right? Like for example, Alpha Capital, if you want to have a 14-day payout, you can have a 14-day payout as a fixed cycle. But if you want like 7-day payouts or same-day instant payouts or something, you need to have a consistency. So like it's worth taking note of these things. But I feel like a lot of people don't even know the rules because they don't even plan to be funded in the first place. Like they just buy prop firms to just buy prop firms and trade demo money. Like some people literally spend their money. If you feel attacked by this, it's okay, right? We've all been there. I haven't been there, but we've all been there. I'm just gonna say that. And you need to change, right? You're trading to make money. You're not trading to just trade. Next, you need to be aware of the drawdown / the margin rules of whatever company you're trading with. Some companies have certain drawdown and margin rules that are unfavorable to traders, right? Some companies are like, you can't have more than some really weird rules, like 150 margin or something, 150% margin. They want you to do some kind of convoluted math. I'm like, bro, I just wanna take a trade. Like, what is this? If you don't want me to trade it, tell me not to trade it. What do you mean you have to trade 150%? Anyway, some companies have those rules. Stay away from such companies. I'm not, calling names, but yeah. And yeah, did I mention? I think I mentioned consistency rules. It's caught a lot of people. Make sure to be aware of that. Also, drawdown, right? I said drawdown/margin rules, and I did not talk about drawdown. There's multiple types of drawdown, and before you get into prop trading, I suggest you study what types of drawdown exist. I probably will make a video about that in the near future. It's important that you know how prop firms calculate your failure. Essentially, they, calculate your failure, right? Some firms have something called static drawdown. Some have end of day, intraday, trailing drawdown. It gets really confusing, and they all use legal garbage and legal jargon to just confuse you. But it basically means, you can lose money, but you can't lose this much. And if you lose this much within this type of time, it gets really confusing. So it's best you are aware that these things exist. Again, the whole point of this video is to increase your awareness. Basically, you need to know that it exists. So at least you don't fail a prop firm because you didn't know, right? The most you should be failing a prop firm for is probably because you don't know how to trade. It's acceptable. It's not acceptable, but it's okay, because if you don't know how to trade, you can't really pass an exam you didn't study for, right? But if you're failing a prop firm challenge because you didn't know maybe certain rules existed, that shouldn't be a thing. You're basically burning money, right? And some prop firms have like different rules for specific accounts. Like I trade with my funded futures, and they have some rules where they like, you have consistency rules when you're funded, but you don't have consistency rules when you're being evaluated. So during the evaluation stage, the rules differ when you get to the funded stage. Now again, like I said, some people don't even care because they don't even get to the funded stage, right? They never pass the challenge, and they just keep buying accounts. So they don't really look at the rules. They just keep buying accounts. But if you actually take the time to read the rules, you probably would pass the account if you just take the time to read the rules, because a lot of times they have lots of rules that are hidden. And as much as I would say they should do a better job at making their users know that these rules exist, a very big culprit is Apex Trader Funding, as lots of traders have fallen victim to the intraday trailing drawdown, myself included. The first Apex account I bought, I failed it in about 2 weeks because I had a profitable setup that went back to break even from near take profit. And my account just got closed, no explanation, no nothing. I just got my account taken from me, and I emailed support, and they were like, yeah, that's how it is. You didn't read the rules. And that's how it is, right? I can't blame them for me not reading the rules. Because if I knew that I was gonna fail the account if I didn't, close my trade out right where it was, I probably wouldn't have left it go back to break even. But that's how the game goes, and it is what it is. And there's a lot more that I probably didn't mention. Make sure to comment down below any that I missed. Also include a personal experience if you can, because some of our experiences are funny. So include a personal experience, help someone else out there out, and I will see you in the next video. Also make sure to follow me on Twitter. I would say I'm a nice guy, maybe, I don't know. Join my Discord, whatever, we could talk about trading stuff, and I will see you in the next video. I said that before, haven't I? Yeah. By the way, I created an AI prompt where you can copy and paste. Basically, I created the prompt, and you can copy and paste it into any AI of your choice, and that AI will, ask you for the frequently asked questions page, the FAQ page link, and all you have to do is paste the link in, and ChatGPT or Grok or whatever it is that you use will bring out all the rules from that particular company's FAQ page, provided that they provide it in there, right? Also, I suggest you fact check what AI tells you, just so you make informed decisions with your money. Anyway, I'll see you next time in the next video. Yeah, peace out.